Good afternoon, traders. It is Monday, November 9th, 2020, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Just when I think these markets can't get any more insane, they get more insane. Today was a good example, and very strange things happening, and I don't have all the answers. I'll warn you that right away. The Dow opened up huge gap this morning. It opened up positive 1,450 points. I don't think I've seen a higher open ever. Now, I could be wrong on that, but I don't think I've seen stocks open up over 1,400 points before. Anyway, that's what happened. It hit its high during the first 15 minutes on the opening range, and then it immediately started to fade, consolidated a little roller coaster pattern here, and sold off the last 15-minute bar, closing officially up 1,835 points. So it almost cut its gain in half from where it opened to where it closed. That doesn't indicate a strong market. Okay, that's just and it's actually lower in the aftermarket right now. So I'm not sure what it's telling us, but I can't look at this and say this is a strong stock market. However, I'll show you the long-term chart here, which is interesting. I hope this is the last time I have to show you this. It probably won't be. Anyway, back here, this is in February. We saw all-time highs in the stock market back in February. Then this is the coronavirus crash, which hit its low in March. Just huge sell-off there. And then we've been climbing more or less ever since. And I thought I had this fixed. Okay. And then finally today it broke that high from back in February. So this on the open here, we saw all-time record high for this Dow. Never been higher before, but of course, as I showed you with the other chart, it immediately started selling off. And the close today is not at record highs. So we had an intraday high in the Dow, but it closed below the all-time record high. So that's a little weird. Okay, so how would we do? You think with Dow closing up 835 points, we'd have a pretty good day, hey? No, we had an absolutely horrible day, and that is another reason why I'm looking at this and saying, I don't think this is a good sign for the market. My experience has been, if you start losing money in a big up, when the Dow's going crazy to the top side and you're losing money, something's wrong and it's not good. Something's coming, okay? I don't know exactly what's coming, but it's going to be big. That's as much of a prediction I am going to make. Anyway, so how did we do? We did horrible. We had $14,000 plus in positive open trade equity on Friday. We closed negative over $16,000 in closed out trades. So we got a swing difference of $30,000 today. That means basically we lost $30,000. That's tough. That's really tough. And we got into 9 positions, 4 positive, 5 negative, and we're holding positive $700 going in tomorrow. That's pretty pathetic. At one time, I think at the best, we were maybe up 7 or 8,000 at one time, but you know, it's just all going to nothing here, and it's worse in the aftermarket. I am very nervous about this because I don't see this opening up tomorrow. I can see it gapping down, and we may, see blood in the street, and some of that could be our own blood tomorrow. I just hope I'm wrong, but I don't like the looks of this at all. I'll show you 3 of the stocks. I'm going to show you a couple. I really don't have much positive to show you. I have one good stock to show you. I'm going to show you 2 negatives first. This was our biggest loss, and this is short crude oil, Bloomberg, ultra short, pro shares. This is a good stock to be in when oil prices are falling, but oil prices are not going to fall when the Dow's opening up 1,400 points. So we really got clobbered on the open here. Huge gap down, and that cost us $7,800. Bammo, right there. We got killed in SCO, Pro Shares Ultra Short, Bloomberg Crude Oil. Yeah. Okay. And here's another terrible one. Well, I won't say terrible, but it shows how difficult it is to play this kind of market. This is Play, Play, and that's Dave and Buster's Entertainment Incorporated. Okay, it liked the open. It gapped way up this morning. We buy the gaps, and it looked good for most of the day. And when we got up here, we were up, $6,000 plus in Dave and Buster's Entertainment Incorporated. And I'm thinking, okay, this looks good. And then it slumps along with the Dow the last couple hours there. And we are... okay, so we are holding... Let's see, where are we? Yeah, we went from $6,000 to $840. That's not good. So we're seeing, we saw a $77,000 loss in Bloomberg short crude oil. We're seeing like another $5,000 in pissed away profits here. And by the way, I didn't mention it. We also had a trade in Roku that went from positive $7,000 to negative $340. So that's another $7,000 down the drain. This is just horrible. Absolutely horrible day. And I'll show you the one good trade we had. But, we're not out of it yet. This is WWR, which is Westwater Resources Incorporated. This is very volatile. I saw this thing go to almost $15,000 in profit in the aftermarket last week. It didn't get out that way. We didn't make any money on it, but it did. It it has the capacity for profit. We get into this maybe with 2 hours to go, and it kept moving, and it closed there. We're up over $6,000 in Westwater Resources Incorporated. But that's the only decent performing trade today, and we're not out of it yet. So does in no way does this repair all the damage that we incurred on the day the Dow had its biggest gap up that I have ever seen. So I'm not pleased with these markets, and I'm worried that something's coming down the line. I don't know what, but they're not acting like I expect them to. Anyway, Trader Bob signing off. See you tomorrow on Tuesday.